Hi everybody, and today I'm going to talk about the vacuum, or kind of like the barometer. This is a barometer, and when some of the water has gone away, then we have a vacuum. Let's move on to the vision of Aristotle. Aristotle once famously said that void is impossible, and a lot of people, including Galileo Galilei himself, said no. Though Galileo expected that there is void, there was a problem in the early 17,000s that really shocked him. Italian miners said that their pipes only rose to 10.3 meters. 10.3 meters. And Galileo said that was because of the machines which were pulling up the water were not working properly, and the water only rose to 10.3 meters, and they have to work faster in order to actually get that side effect of it reaching this top. Let's move on with an experiment made by Torricelli. Torricelli put a pot in the middle of a table and then put a tube in. He filled that tube with water and enclosed all sides and stationed it inside. Then he opened the top and let some of the water on the top gush out until it could not gush out anymore. And of course, the height level was 10.3 meters. Also, Berti, which was one of Galileo's young students, made the same experiment, but this time we had a tube with a giant thing in it and a tube like we just saw here. The tube with the bubble on it had the same amount of water with the tube without the bubble, and it proved Galileo to be wrong. Since if Galileo's prediction was actually true, then this should have reached you. Let's move on to Via Balicis. He put some mercury into a tube and then went to the top of Mount Everest. Not really, only Mount Fuji. When he reached the middle, he saw that at first the mercury was on the top of the tube. But when he reached the middle section, he only saw the mercury here. So imagine you got a full tube of mercury. And then suddenly, when you reach the middle of the mountain, the mercury turns here. And then when you reach the top of the mountain, there was only a bit of mercury left. And when finally he climbed down, suddenly all the mercury returned. That's a vacuum. It temporarily discharged the mercury. So the possibility of vacuum is still untrue. It's still very likely to be untrue. But one philosopher called Plato finally solved it. A vacuum is just a small space containing only one smaller piece of void, and that's a vacuum. But most of Earth isn't vacuum. Vacuum is kind of like open space. Not in our solar system, not in our universe, not in all the other universes, but in open space. Out of all the universes, out of all spaces, just normal, open, black, unseeable space. Okay, so that's the end of today's lesson, and see you next time with the next part of Tommy's amazing philosophy. See you next time. Bye.